Hey guys, welcome back. You're sitting on the Big Game Hunters podcast. We're on the network. Jason Berard, Rory McMillan. We're bringing you a hot show today.
It's hot.
We're in the recruitment business. We're headhunters. Your shirt's undone. Your shirt's undone. But you still look good.
Yeah, I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling loose today.
On today's show, we are talking about consequences of lying on your resume. We see it every single day. We're recruiters. We're headhunters. We're seeing thousands and thousands of applications, resumes come across our desk. We're speaking to hiring managers, decision makers, and it's a debatable topic.
Wild stats out there. Wild stats with how many people have actually been caught lying on their resume. Like it's close to 50%. Which honestly, yeah, it's like statistics are one thing on a big macro level, but that's a lot of people. There's a lot of people potentially lying on the resume, and we're talking about like obviously people bend the truth a little bit, or maybe make themselves sound a bit better where they might not be, but we're talking like the lying on the resume where you're really gonna get in trouble is lying on your education or just straight up lying about the entire thing.
Where you worked, how long you worked there, dates.
And you would, and as an employer, you need to know that like
you'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised what the length of people or the length that people will go through to get that job or to even get an interview with your company.
So that leads me to ask you, Jason, is why do you think people lie on their resume?
Okay, well, there's many reasons. One is dream company, right? Like let's just say
dream company, dream job,
or even just like something where it's an applicable job, but maybe they need like a small tweak, like a very small tweak. They're even gonna find out. So like a couple of reasons. One is dream company, dream job. The other is they could be just desperate. And they're like, I need to get something. And if they create like
they're
a completely fabricated,
it's just not working out.
like if they fabricate a complete resume, that's a real desperation, and they're out there. Those kind of candidates are out there. And then the other one is so we've got the falsification.
They need to pay their bills, right?
Yeah, that's the desperate part of it, right? I'll just make anything up.
I think listening to the wrong people, taking advice from
who's gonna ever find out? That's
who's
probably
gonna ever find out.
That's
right?
probably the thought process that they go through. It's like, if I get an interview and get in there, like, are they really gonna ever find out that
are they gonna do a background check? Are they gonna do criminal?
You know what's wild is the CEO of Yahoo in 2012 got caught lying on his resume, and it was very minor. It was his bachelor's education was accounting and computer science. Right. They later found out that he actually only had accounting.
Yeah,
very very minor. Pretty high profile job
but think
to get
about
fired
it, right?
from.
Like that guy is God knows how much that guy is costing that company, right? That can be significant
big salary,
things that can happen to someone that's lied on their resume. And obviously we don't recommend it, but you'd be surprised as a hiring manager. We're on the phones every single day speaking to people.
What are the repercussions?
Goodbye job. Your job is over. Peace. You're out of there.
Oh yeah,
right?
100%.
Termination on the spot. Walked out the door.
Yeah. Good luck fighting it.
Good luck finding it. It's fighting it. It's just you shot yourself in the foot, right? They found out something on your resume or from your past that during your hiring process, when you're in the interview process, and you're either working that could be months, 2 months down the road, years down the road.
Who knows?
Who knows, right? It's goodbye job. You're done. Your reputation is done as well, right?
The big thing about the job is that like you get brought onto a company on a basis of trust, right? So the employer's trusting you.
Trust, skills, and education and skill set.
Yeah, and then fit and culture fit, right? So sometimes that gets, you make it out of a hiring decision in their resume, but if you lie on that, then you should have never been employed with that company. And then now you're falsified employed, just like you lied on your resume, falsified resume. Yeah. So that's fine. But more importantly, like Rory just alluded to, is your reputation is poof, boomza. I don't know what I was going to say, like poofa, boomza.
You'll be surprised how small a market actually is.
Oh, the world.
Everyone knows everybody.
Kevin Bacon, what's up?
Today, everybody knows everybody. You hear about things instantaneously. As the internet's accessible, your reputation's done.
Not to mention, like, I think that's one of those things where if you like full on lied and like obviously there's damages to the company, not only is your reputation damaged within that industry, but like what's to stop that company from warning just their friends and say, hey, if this resume comes across your desk, watch out.
Especially if you have a unique skill set, right? If you have a unique skill set, if you have a resume that's specifically for front end engineering, or resume for specifically for I'm a apparel designer. Whatever it may be, right? Like I'm assuming the apparel designer industry is extremely small, and at some point you're going to get,
especially per city, right? Like
per city.
And the wild thing is like like we said, people will go to extreme lengths. Yeah. And sometimes you can get caught off guard, and that's a pretty tough learning curve for a company.
No matter what your situation may be, just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't
line.
lie on your resume.
And
Bottom
there
line,
could be some legal repercussions too. I mean,
Absolutely.
like if damages were ever sought, and it was significant for them to actually pursue legal action, they very well could if you maliciously lied on your resume and falsified information to get into that company and then cost them ultimately.
So what should some companies be doing, Jason, to mitigate the amount of candidates that are getting terminated after the fact they've been employed due to this reason?
I think like one of the big things is that people want to verify is education and that they actually worked at certain employers. And some former employers won't even give references; they'll just do proof of employment. But that's very tedious. Like it's so tedious to go to every single company.
It's not enough.
No, it's not enough.
It's
right?
not enough.
But then, first of all, screen the person obviously, and feel them out.
Do you think that's a background check? Do you think that's going to something like back check?
It gets to back check, but I would just outsource it at that point because. For whatever the cost is to engage with something like Sterling or backcheck, like it's worth it. Have the full peace of mind. Do that. But even in the interview process, if there's a little bit of sketchiness that you see, maybe just kind of investigate that. But sometimes if they're willing to lie on their resume, they're willing to. They can definitely convince you that they're the person.
What length are they really willing to go to get what they want?
Exactly.
Right?
References are big. Like do reference checks for everyone, even if you don't actually need them. I would suggest doing them.
If it's a job, it's important to your organization, and you really need that skill set. Just do your due diligence.
I also think though references are tough because like if someone said something negative about someone, they can be
references are.
They could be sued for defamation if they were So who are the references? And like, are you going to do a back check on the references? Like it can be a long spiral, but only if that person gives away those kind of sketchy little vibes. But just outsource it. Sterling back check.
Shout out back check. Shout out Sterling.
Let them do the work. Get them to verify employment and do the criminal record check is a big one.
And just don't do it, right? No matter what your desperation is or how far you're willing to go to get your dream job or to get any job to pay your bills. We don't recommend it.
If you're watching this, do not lie on your resume, but do check us out next week. It's the big game. We'll have coffee. We're coming to you live, feeling great. Big Game Hunters, Rory McMillan, Jason Berard. Where are we, Rory? Where can they find us?
They can find us right on the network. #MagnaOnAir. Check us out on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, YouTube. We're everywhere. We're going viral. We're bringing you shows each and every week. And we want to hear from you guys. #AskMagnaOnAir. Tweet your comments below.
Any stories out there of lying on resumes? We want to hear about it.
What are your thoughts? We want to hear from you.
All right.
Jason Berard, Rory McMillan. See you next week.
Boom.